What's up, everybody? As you can see, I'm on my way to the kart track today. Today is a practice day, not a race day. I just started go-karting recently after decades of riding motocross, beating up my body. Wanted to give something else a try, so we're on our way to Apex. I'm based in Riverside, California. There's a lot of tracks around here to practice at. My favorite track, which is Cal Speed in Fontana, is racing today. So we're stuck going to Apex. I mean, a couple buddies, Matt and Ryan, and we're all actually pretty new to go-karting. We all got 125cc shifter karts. Actually, Matt's got a 175cc. He's got a little bit of a power advantage on the straightaways, but we're gonna come out here today and do battle and learn how to drive these things better, and maybe one day start racing them, but very far from that right now. The one thing that surprised me when I got into go-karting was I thought it would be bigger and more popular than it is, at least in my area. My first time to a track was at Apex, and I had this vision in my mind. I'm gonna come rolling up for the first time, and it's gonna be this big exciting scene with the pits full of trucks and go-karts and people, and I come rolling up, much like it is around here when you go to any of the motocross tracks. There's a lot of premier motocross tracks around here, and they're packed every weekend. So I come rolling up, and there's literally 3 go-karts and a bunch of supermoto guys, and I was kind of shocked. I was like, damn, where's everybody at? It turned out to be a good thing for me, because just learning how to drive, I was really slow on the track. I was spinning out everywhere. Last thing I needed was a bunch of pressure from a bunch of other people out there. But bottom line is, where's everybody at? Why isn't this thing more popular? I mean, I think go-karting and motocross have a lot in common, and I would think more parents when kids are small are like, hey, we're fearful of dirt bikes, and I know a lot of parents are. I've known guys that couldn't ride because of their parents. But it's like, get them into go-karting, you know, and it'll give them a lot of the same values, and that's what it's all about. Having a good time, learning motorsports, learning competition, learning motor skills. You get to wear the cool gear. All these things apply to motocross. They also apply to go-karting. And I'll say this, karting is definitely more safer than riding motocross. I mean, it's not perfectly safe, but it's definitely safer. Here in California, this is actually where pole position karting got its start. It was started by Ken Fott, who was a big-time motocross guy. He was a popular photographer, and even when you go on pole position, if there's one near you, you'll notice there's motocross memorabilia all over the place because of Ken Fott and his investors. I don't have facts on this, but I'm told that he hit up guys like Jeremy McGrath, Greg Albertine, maybe Randy Hawkins. You know, a bunch of motorcycle guys came together and made pole position karting happen. So that tells you right there that, you know, go-karting and motocross to me have a lot of similarities. I mean, I bet you everybody that rides motocross has spent many laps at pole position just enjoying go-karting. I mean, when we're not riding motocross, we're go-karting. So I don't really have a inclination as to why go-karting isn't bigger. I don't want to say go-karting isn't big. I'm not dogging on karting at all. I just think it should be bigger, and I don't know, maybe one day it will be, and maybe it's bigger where you're at. I mean, I guess it depends on, hey, wherever you live, are there tracks to go to? There's always places to ride a dirt bike. When I was growing up as a kid, I started riding dirt bikes when I was tiny, and where we lived, we could, you know, open up our garage, roll down our driveway, go down our street, and we had fields everywhere. We had tracks all over the place. Maybe where you're at, you don't have the ability to just get a go-kart and go go-karting somewhere. You know, you got to have a go-karting facility. You know, you're not just going to rip around your neighborhood. That's, you know, not the coolest thing to do. So there are limitations with karting where you can't just go out and find a dirt field somewhere and tear it up and have a great time. You got to have a track. I can't explain why one's bigger than the other. I just really want to see karting grow. Nobody can explain why one's bigger than the other, and it's not a competition, karting versus motocross. I just think that, wow, karting's pretty rad, especially driving a 125cc shifter kart. This thing is a complete rush. I mean, the thing is a rocket ship. You're shifting, you're clutching, and you know, there's all these dynamics that, you know, are a lot like riding a motocross bike. It's a two-stroke CR125 engine, so it has that bark, you know, the sound, and the thing is just, you know, you'll get your adrenaline rush out of that bad boy. And I see these little teeny kids out there ripping around on go-karts, and they're having a blast. So it's definitely cheaper to get into than motocross. Another strong relationship between motocross and go-karting is, if you're into either one, I'm sure you've heard of Willie and Billy Musgrave. They started Musgrave Racing right here locally. They're only about 20 minutes from my house. My engine was built by Musgrave Racing. I've been to their shop and had Billy tune my engine. And you know, Willie, who was like a really popular, and is a really popular motocross rider, very fast, he got tired of getting beat up in motocross, so he started karting and, you know, winning races. Billy is one of the fastest go-kart racers in the nation, and these guys, you know, he was a fast motocross racer too, and they both jumped to go-karting. I don't know, I guess we'll see what happens over time. Right now I'm just going to enjoy it for what it is. I did last weekend go to Cal Speed to do a practice day on the kart, and I was pleased when I showed up. I mean, the pits were full. There was a lot of go-karts there. It's a fun place to be, and I would guess, as far as karts go, maybe, I don't know, 40 or 50, something like that. So the numbers were definitely a lot higher. But I mean, if you go to any motocross track around here in Southern California, and there's quite a few of them. There's Glen Helen, which is famous. There's Fox Raceway, which is famous. You know, they both held nationals. There's about 3 others, and you go to any one of them this weekend and they'll be full of people. Every single track will be full of people. I'm talking hundreds and hundreds and thousands of riders. So that just kind of gives you a comparison of one versus the other. Anyhow, I'm going to get to the track here, enjoy my day, burn some laps, and guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for hanging out. Give us a like, subscribe if you haven't yet. Oh, one more thing before I go. I know a lot of you are upset about the VFR build. I get it. I'm upset with myself about it. I hit a roadblock. I didn't really know how to tackle the subframe fabrication. Well, just yesterday I made a connection with a guy. He's a fabricator, and we're gonna dig into this thing together and get that build handled and wrapped up, and I'll see about filming it. I don't know if I'm gonna film the process of building the subframe or just show you when it's done, but either way I'll keep you guys included, so stay tuned for that. See you later. What I want when I want, they are jealous. Me, I do what I want when I want, they are jealous. Me, I do what I want when I want.